This Touch New Zealand event is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse.
Tēnā rā koutou katoa e te whānau, and welcome back to, I'm losing count, I'm thinking this is the 5th live stream, the 4th of our Masters finals. Coming up in this 2 o'clock game, we have the 40s Women's Masters finals, Canterbury 40 Women's versus the North Harbour 40 Women's. And before we start talking about the team, I've got a special guest in the commentary box with me. Mrs. Rachel Atkins from the UK, who's one of the top UK female refs, in fact just one of the top UK referees, and she's flown all the way over here with her lovely husband to officiate at this 2023 Bunnings Warehouse Touch Nationals. Rachel, welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for that grand introduction. Yeah, it's great to be here, and thank you for having me on.
How have you found the touch compared to the touch over in the UK?
Yeah, it's been a really great experience. I think there's quite a few differences from a referee perspective, but also just a kind of style of play. It's very quick, a lot of really good handling skills, and actually I've learned quite a lot that I can take back with me just from both a reffing and a playing perspective.
Awesome, and talking about the officials, we see the three out here. Peter Tamarua, one of the absolute stalwarts of the referee system, as well as Alex Buttery, Camp Mum, the one who puts everyone else before herself. It's so great to see her back out on the finals field where she deserves to be. And then we have the lovely Sonia Wirihana from the Coromandel. And just again, another shout out to the Coromandel people and all the people up in that area, up in the top of the Coromandel with the storm stuff. I hope the recovery's going well, but there we see the first of the two teams, North Harbour coming out. Just another one of the great things, Rachel, that we do with our sport over here at home. And yes, they're going to be in a battle soon, and one will want to absolutely deal to the other. But they just come out, we acknowledge each other, we stand there proud in our uniforms and look to the others as they stand on each side of the refs. Is this something that happens in the UK?
So when we have our English nationals and before our finals, men's, women's and mixed, we do have the entry to the field and we announce the referees, but actually this is something that I've really enjoyed being here, is the really great culture that Touch New Zealand has across the players and the referees, and how you look at this as a big family, and people have taught me the word many times as to the word, the Māori word for family. Whānau, that's it. And it's just really great that everyone's just kind of really welcomed me in and made me part of their whānau.
You see some of the Canterbury team there, really strong team. The Canterbury is a real stronghold of touch here in New Zealand, and many of these women have been key players in this Masters level. As we just hear the names being called out here of the two teams. Have you had an opportunity to ref in the 40 women's grade since you've been over here?
No, I haven't. So I've done the women's 27s. I've done them, I think I've refed about 3 different games for them. Waikato very fortunately had me 3 times. But no, it's been really great for women's touch, and again, just to see the skills and the different age grades as well. I know that so England have a 27s and a 35s team, and again it's just really great for that women's sport to kind of see the different levels. And I think something I saw, there were a lot of mums coming back to touch, so I've really enjoyed again reffing the women's 27s ladies.
In terms of the contrast of styles, is there a contrast between the way touch is played in the UK versus here in New Zealand?
Yeah, there is. So again, I think speed on the ball. So driving, very quick. One thing that I've had to learn as a referee is we tend to interchange probably later on the touch in the UK, whereas here it's kind of 1-2, and you're onto the field as a ref. But actually, probably in the UK, I think with the driving, it's probably more like 3 or 4 that we might get onto the field. So yeah, it's just a bit quicker. I think I reffed yesterday, the one that you commentated on. I think that was probably the fastest game of mixed that I've reffed. Again, such a great experience, and to learn, looking at reading the plays and what the different players do, it's been really excellent.
We're just getting a peep into the two huddles there. The North Harbour huddle, you would have seen number 7, Sandy Hackett, Touch New Zealand staff member, long-time touch player, and all-time just great woman. And then into the Canterbury circle, you would have seen the man there, the coach, Bernie Schrader, who's, wherever Bernie is, Brenda's not too far away, and two just amazing people. And Bernie's been involved with a lot of teams, and he was actually a referee. I'm not sure if you remember Bernie, do you, Bernie Schrader? But he refereed for a long time, and he was one of the oldest referees to still be getting Opens finals and the top finals in our secondary school. So Bernie Schrader, an incredible referee, been involved in the coaching for a long time. His wife Brenda, manager both at the New Zealand level and here at the national level.
So the man that can do all.
The man that can do all. And here's the Canterbury team with some key players: Anita Boyd, Melanie Carson. We've got there Emma Barrett and Vicky Campbell. Really good quality outfit there, the Canterbury team. I haven't had the opportunity to see these two teams play much during the last 2 days. I'm not sure how they've been getting on. Obviously very well to get to the final. Don't know if they've played each other earlier on. This is the 4th of our finals. And there he is, the man himself, Peter Tamarua, all the way from Auckland. He always makes sure he has the best haircut out of the whole referee group. And as you can see, he's won that award again.
So do you know what I love about this as well is that you do make your referees a feature. I think I'm going to have to take this back to England Touch and say the cameramen need to make sure they're showing the referees more.
Yep, we like to show the referees before the game. We don't want to hear about them during the game.
Exactly.
As we're just about to kick off here in our Masters 40 Women's final. Just playing one of those tricks there. I like it from Kerry Tutty. Just leading it forward, the North Harbour 40 Women's in the first set of the game. Nice and solid ball security. As we see the Valerie Seath work her way in towards the middle. Robertson drops. Seath's got the ball going short side. Nice little combo play. Good little starter there for the North Harbour 40 Women's. Seath here just not doing too much, making sure they finished on the right side of the field. I imagine it's pretty similar in the UK, finishing on the opposite side.
Yeah, don't want to make it easy for the opponent to drive to the box.
Yep, hopefully costing them an extra touch as they move laterally across the field there. Maybe got away with an over the mark there. Good defence so far. Solid set out of their own half for the Canterbury woman. Here we see Anita Boyd, a key player. Chapo Mare couldn't quite sneak through there. Just a solid start from both teams here, Rachel. Nothing too crazy happening. Don't want to be the first team to get that error. Just working it out. How many games have you had today?
2 so far. I've got one more this afternoon. Mixed open. So yeah. So I'm one of the lucky ones that only has 3, not 4. Oh. Although I shouldn't say that too loud. They might give me another game.
Here we see the number 14 from the North Harbour team, Angela Pulini. Good defence here from Canterbury. Just the replay here. Sandy Hackett just going out for a 32 drop. Solid roll ball. Here we go. Sandy makes that first touch here. Anita Boyd coming to the second touch here from Canterbury. Good set. A lot closer to the halfway for the third touch. So they're going to set up their attack. Fresh subs rolling in from the sub box.
They do a good job of looking after the ball, driving up.
Welcome to the commentators box.
Spoke too soon.
No such thing as beginner's luck. You've got the commentator's curse going straight away. The refereeing with New Zealand referees, how have you found that?
It's been different in a good way. So I think the point is that New Zealand look at from a referee perspective. So the kind of drop zone and what the priorities are in the different areas it's been a new area for me to look at, but it's actually been really useful because it kind of focuses the key points that that would be important to the game and to the players, and I think actually that's been a really good learning point for us. and something that can take away and help contribute to the game in England of how referees approach it.
As we see, another good set of defence from the Harbour ladies. It's worked their way up. Not too much threat so much in this set, just trying to be nice and methodical, get up the field with limiting the risk. Good hands there.
They look after the process and the rest will take care of itself.
What type of attack have we got here? As you see, Handy Hackett, nice drive. Great work onto the ball. Oh, great pass back.
Nice.
Good interplay there from Hackett and Seath. As we see that really well set up. I'm sure we'll see it in the replay. Nice setup there from Sandy Hackett. Good. Oh, I keep doing this. I get so keen on the try that I thought it was. But if we look in the replay here, unfortunately, see Hackett come in there. That pass must have been called forward off the ruck. Otherwise, this was great work here from Sandy and Seath, just drawing in that link defender and short ball back inside, but unfortunately there's a forward pass beforehand.
She took a nice line there.
Canterbury lucky to get away with that one. Wanting to be the first to put a score on the board here. Sonia Wirihana always setting a good 7 metres. Very well controlled. Here we have Canterbury on attack. Oh, just done a little bit unfortunate there from Canterbury. Well, we better let her go. She's got to go get herself ready for the first game. Thank you, Rachel, and all the best for the rest of the tournament. It's great to have you here. It's awesome, Reese, as we just had Rachel here in the commentary box. It's great to have our international refs come over and just add a different flavour to the game, and you would have heard her talk about the different priorities that the coaching here has in terms of what they want our refs to do. Is Sandy Hackett, great yards again. Knew she was going to be a key player in this game. You can see her on the ball, always near the ball, on the ball. Just welcome back into the commentary box to Reese. Good to see you there. Reese Allen with an E, not an A.
Yeah,
how did the boys go, Reese?
Oh, it was a bit of a ding-dong battle actually. It's my boys were playing for the plate, the 30 men's, and we had a bit of a lead, Sinbin, and rightly so too. Our winger, as we've seen in some of the games, got in the way, deliberately got in the way on the goal line, and was Sinbin, and that kind of took the momentum. So the boys are pretty happy. We improved during the tournament, but here comes Canterbury now, looking to scoop the short side back into the open side. There, 6 more. Yep.
Canterbury hot on attack.
Yeah, here they come now. Anita Boyd looking to get the crossover. Step back with a little short. Ooh, probably had the opportunity to move the ball there.
The key players for you out of this team, the Canterbury team there, Reese?
Yep. You got Andrea Williams there. You've also got Anita Boyd. She'll run most of the kick. She's got the ball there now, number 5. That's the better partner of Scott Grant, the guru down in Christchurch, but there's a few there. Teresa McPherson as well will be some of the go-tos, but very well coached by Bernie Schrader, so I'm sure they'll work their systems nicely.
As we see, Vicky Campbell, good intercept there, good defence from the North Harbour team. We've sort of got a referee sort of sector going on in this commentary gun for this game. We've just had Rachel leave us, but we've been incredibly privileged to have the leading referee in New Zealand, John Dusto, join us. John, welcome to the commentary box.
Kia ora Maya, kia ora Reese, absolute pleasure. Great day for it here.
You must have just come off a hard game. You look looking like you're having a breath or two.
Certainly, I think old age is catching up to me at Waikato and Bay of Plenty Men's Open, very fast game, so yes, time to relax.
And North Harbour again on attack, still at Nilor. Just across the 2nd minute mark in this game. Seath on the ball, definitely being one of the key players, her and Robertson. As we see Seath go short side. He didn't catch the first few minutes of this game. Seath and Robertson, and as well as Hacker, definitely been the key players on attack for Hackett, for the North Harbour team.
Yeah, Teresa there just playing the ball there. Teresa McPherson, she'll be an integral part of the defence for Canterbury. I do know these women. I watch them train on the daily, and they do have a good yardage package here. They look to latch, which is quite a common theme now, and then get to the open side, and then they'll look for a drive off the last. And here it comes now, driving to the middle, using the extra plus. into numbers. Oh, that's unlucky. They would have got a 2-on-1 there. John Mauri, we've got you here, bro. The men's grade, I know we were lucky enough to have you in our first Masters game. The men's grade, how do you see that travelling at the moment?
Well, it's certainly new in terms of we've got new teams now that wouldn't really expect to make it. I think we've got about 3 or 4 teams who could generally make the final, where in the past you'd have 1 or 2 genuine contenders and the rest would sort of just play along. But we've got 4 really, really good teams there that anybody can make it. It's fantastic to referee.
Oh yeah, awesome, and it looks like it's nice and open and flowing. Gee, I was watching a couple of games and it looks like an Australian team, but back to the women here. North Harbour with the ball. Gee, this looks like a 30 side as well, these ladies. Here we go, they're looking for a platform here. Coming on, Canterbury, a traditional touch and corner. Defensive policy, there's the shutter asking for help. It's picked from dummy half. Yeah, looks like a touch pass has been picked up here.
I really liked what I saw there from Ngā Tupuna. Really, really good footwork, nice set, good strong rock dump in the roll ball. Just couldn't quite finish it off. Good D again from Canterbury as they work at their way out. Hackett always getting up, Sandy, on that first touch. Really, really good defence. Good.
Yeah. Here come Canterbury now. They work down the field very, very well, especially for a 40 women's side, and there's Anita Boyd. She'll look to hit this one. Yeah, sharp. Porema there, she'll be another strike weapon. You'll probably see Shah and Anita working a lot together. Here they go now. Anita well experienced in terms of a little bit of bobble there, but well experienced and definitely knows how to manipulate a defence. It's Harbour moving the ball and she did well to hold that.
So John, Wednesday you flew back into the country from the USA. Can you tell us what you're doing over there with regards to touch?
Oh, absolute privilege to be invited to referee at the USA Men's Open World Cup camp. There to support OJ and Jay Alston. Just training up the referees and also providing refereeing services to the team. It's fantastic weather and great opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good thing about the USA Touch. They always want the top referees to come over and be involved and try and really help lift the ceiling. I know touch development in USA over the last 5 to 10 years has just been huge. So what a great opportunity for you to go over there, and it's great to have you as our lead referee and have you back in the country at this Open Nationals.
Awesome, thanks, Mike. I think you're a little bit might have been a bit modest. You started that USA relationship and you've been doing it for many, many years, so you can take a little bit of credit.
So we see Seath, the key Harbour attacker. Ooh, just onside. Just having a bit of a one-liner there, Reece.
Oh yeah, I can tell you what, you think that the 30 men and women's the last couple of finals are going to have something to say. I can tell you what, these ladies are very, very strong-willed. I can tell you, I actually wouldn't want to be a referee out here, but these three look like they're doing a great job.
I just love the female way of the attention to detail. Not only did I touch her on the hip.
Yeah,
Seath gets through, just trying to link up, just trying to make space. We've seen Rolleston in the background, the number 8, bit of a push off. But number 5 from North Harbour, Michelle James, comes through and a really nice try to kick the game off. 11 minutes into the game as we see Seath going down there, steps off her left, gets in. Oh, I'm thinking that was a different replay. This is the one for the touchdown. Nice pick up, just gets into the space. Unfortunately, sent from Canterbury, just locked in a little bit too much. And James there shows you the 2 big hands, throw it here.
Yeah, sharp Portima there. A little bit of miscommunication really on that shutdown defence. Lost her player, and yeah, unfortunately for her, but fortunately for Harbour, they take the first try in this final. Here comes the sweeper now. Oh, that's Teresa on the. Yeah, she's an integral part, so I wouldn't be surprised if she plays a lot of minutes here. Teresa.
Ngā Tupuna looks very, very quick. Just come around on the sweep plate. Unfortunately, timing wasn't there. Good D again from North Harbour though. I like this set from them so far. Just get over halfway. I'm thinking this is the 4th touch. They'll want to get back to the middle to set up for a pick.
I'm calling it I reckon this final's going to go to a drop-off.
Well, I hope so.
I'm going to call it early. I don't think we've had one yet, have we?
No, we haven't. They haven't been too close, to tell you the truth. I don't know if there's anyone I know left in the referee room, but I'll be definitely trying to get them to, just hear from the drop-off committee. The fans love the drop-off, that's all I know, Reece, and we've got to play this game for the fans.
Yep, and I can see as teams finish off their last couple of games for the week, the sideline's people are starting to find their position. which is good considering that there's still open games going on. People are here to watch the Masters as well, which is great. Here we go now. Shah will look to get on the ball here, number 7. If she drives, she'll want to get it back. Stephanie Johnson scoops through, tries to hit Shah on the short, but very, very good defence from North Harbour. North Harbour will be wanting to complete this set with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, North Harbour pretty locked in together. Good defence. Haven't seen the Canterbury players get across the scoreline yet, not just on the scoreboard, but even into that in-goal zone. Good set away from their defensive end for North Harbour. John, we know that there's 10 open men's teams here, and they're all playing 8 games in the round robin. In fact, 9 games, sorry, that makes sense, as Hackett picks it up for Wollaston. Unfortunately, couldn't connect with the winger there, number 5, Michelle James. The open men's teams, they're all playing 9 games in 2 and a bit days, which means that there's a lot of open men's games for the open refs to ref, and that's obviously where you're in. How are you finding having so many more open men's games here to ref?
It's definitely a challenge and a different mindset, because we're doing 4 and 3 games, all open men's, and those games are hot. So it's just about looking after the body and eating at the right times. But it's great. It's great for the game.
And how are the refs? We read earlier one of the stats, there being 100 plus referees in our refereeing contingent this week. How are the refs? Is there any injuries popping up?
Yeah, a couple of injuries out there that they're managing, but it's just awesome to see these Masters referees get an opportunity out there in finals field that we wouldn't otherwise have seen a couple of years ago. So that's awesome. And shout out to Sonia Wirihana, Thames Valley, now the #1 female senior referee. So very proud. And certainly Thames Valley hard.
Oh, didn't know that, but that's fantastic. The #1. So we've got the #1 open referee from the Thames Valley, and now we've got the #1 senior referee. So we all knew she was better than Calvin, her husband also here reffing, but it's great to see them both here. It's North Harbour back on attack. Again, another good set of defence as we see Angela Polini.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to hear, and obviously, being quite close to the to Hawaii Fox family down there in Christchurch, with Leicester and Mauri, and coming straight out of P-Town there. So awesome to see that touch. We're seeing the development right through and even into the Masters grade. Well deserved on your ranking.
I thought I seen the referee go through there to make a call. That was a real delay of the whistle. I know that's something we learned in the level 2 course, John. But
where are they off to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go. 7 on? No, it'll be a penalty at halfway if that was the case.
It's a good opportunity to referee to have a nice break and take a breath in these situations. The longer you delay the whistle, the longer break you get.
John, can you still confirm for me that there is a difference in where the mark is for 7 on versus incorrect subbing?
Yes, there is.
Yep, cool.
Absolutely.
I thought that was the case. I just missed Nationals last year, so I was wondering with all the rules that Tradie changed. I mean, that there has been changed.
There's been a number of changes, and it's hard to keep up even myself.
Here we have North Harbour, fresh set starting from the halfway line. Hack it into dummy half. Nice little
diver.
Peel.
Yep, she's got... Yeah, it's a good plant inside the 5. Good defence. Good shutdown there by number 10. Vicky Campbell, good defence there.
She's had a big half, Vicky Campbell. She's been on the ball a lot. She's been in the yards and done a lot of the D. And also just watching out the 10th here, she seems to be the one with very vocal sort of leading the team around.
Yep, she's a hard worker, fit for this grade, and I guess that helps. Whenever you're involved in a sport, the fitter you are, the clearer you are of mind. Here they go now, Canterbury looking for an attack here. Oh yeah, the extra little effort from number 6 there, Mal Carson. Carson there, number 6 for Canterbury. A little bit of whakapapa on Mal. Works very, very hard for Touch Canterbury. Involved with the junior kids. She's on the committee. She's on the high performance committee for coaches, and does a lot of tireless work, and then also comes out and represents Canterbury, and she's here in the final. So.
And isn't that just normal in our sport, that no one is normally one thing? They're normally one thing in many places, and then normally wear another few hats. So just big ups to Mel Seath again, the key attacker. Might have been a short 6 metres, or just got there in time for the touch. Unlucky there for Harbour. That was a good set. I was just going to say earlier, Reece, I think Canterbury haven't had many touches down on their attacking line. If they can get a reset over in the attacking half or another penalty, I think we'll get to see actually the type of threats they have on attack.
Yep, 100%, and they'll just keep grinding away on these yards until it does come. And if Anita Boyd here with Shah Portima are on the ball. They'll put one on, that's for sure. Here goes Shah, ripping off short side now. And a little draw feed, hit the winger. Ooh, unlucky there, but like I said, once Anita and Shah get on the field, they put one on. They just need that recount and need to be patient on the yards.
Yep, definitely key players that you've pointed out. John, Palmerston North, this is the 15th time the Nationals have been down here. We talked previously in the first couple of days around Palmerston North almost being like the home of Nationals Touch. What's it like for you? Obviously, you started before I did. You've been here many times to referee. What's it like for you being back here at Palmerston North?
Mr. Williams, you know me and you started exactly the same tournament in Rotorua, and our first opens was here in Palmerston North. And look, it's a great location, huge fields. You can fit 16 fields here, and apart from that one Colossus weather event to Nationals that you would remember, we normally have pretty good weather here, so it's awesome.
Yep, we only talk about the weather while holding trees down here, and I'm just grabbing onto saying that we were supposed to have had a spit by now, and we haven't. The day has been perfect. Just enough cloud and just enough sun. Oh, we got time off here. Tell you what, injury, hopefully nothing too serious. Seen a little bit of the roll of the ankle, I think it was for the number 16.
Boys, am I right in saying that the referees don't take any time off games, do they? So it's
probably a very unique sport where the time is managed by tournament control. So even though you call time off, the time will keep going, which is unfortunate for teams in a situation where they need the ball.
And there we see both Brenda and Bernie in the black t-shirts. Bernie there digging into his bag, getting his coaching manual out, see what he's going to do to ensure that the Canterbury team can come out in that second half. The medical team, great medical staff here, and just a shout out to all the support staff, the UFI team, the tournament staff, our medical staff. They're there in an instant, as you can see. The top of the line experts out here to ensure that our players, our participants are taken care of, so we can get them back out there. And look at that. Oh, how often do you see that on professional sport, right? The old cart comes out to put the stretcher on, and the stretcher is the best medication there ever is. No one's mana is going to let them go off on the stretcher. They're like, I'm all good, I'll walk off. Great to see. Te Reo Ngā Tupuna getting back up as we go to the half-time break. North Harbour with a lead of 1-0 over Canterbury.
Well done, team. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good work. Yes, good side step. Excellent. Working forward. Well done. Well done, team. Good. For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, but mahi never stops. Thanks, mate. Okay, team, come on in. Let's go. Let's huddle up. Bring it in, guys. Nominate your homegrown hero today. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Sport. What does it mean to us? For some, it's potential, a promise that we could be better, that the early mornings will be worth it, that we could be champions.
Starts with touch.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Kia ora te whānau, welcome back to the half-time between the two women's 40s, North Harbour facing Canterbury. And Reece, we've seen in that first half, It was a sort of like the two teams were just sort of trying to get to the other end to ensure that they're giving the ball away in the right end. North Harbour had a few more cracks than the Canterbury girls did on their line and got across the line. I think this is the try coming up as we see Steve here getting through and just trying to catch up with the open winger. It would have been called a short pass in netball, but in touch that's fine. And that was our first and our only try for that first half. Yeah, just the one defensive error from Canterbury, unfortunately, and it was taken advantage of with Shah Porting, but they're just getting a little bit disconnected, and they're in. But here we go. I called drop off 4 minutes into this final, and I'm banking that. Well, here's some field position right now, Maya. So I'm banking that they're going to get one here and lock this one up, and then and there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, just eyes off the ball. They probably had a plan in the sub box that they're going to come on into their starter, and just maybe a player ahead. Just needed to be in the present, but Harbour again working their way out. Good set, getting to halfway and over the halfway for their fourth touch. It's awesome with North Harbour coming here on attack, looking to take the short side, step back in and make the touch. It's awesome to see. It's a bit of a... I know that a lot of teams, when they finish, are keen to support their provinces, but it's a really big thing for us down in Canterbury. If you're unfortunately out of the tournament, we make sure that we're a great contingent member, and it's good to see us better. You've got the gold medal 40 men's down there in the end goal. They could easily be back at their hotel celebrating their success, but they're just as happy to watch other people be successful as well on the pitch, which is awesome. I tell you what, it's number 3 from Canterbury. Yeah, Johnston. Stephanie Johnson there. She'll be looking to get on the ball as well. Palmerston North, watch out tonight. And the Canterbury 40s eventually do get a chance to go out. I was thinking, way better when it finishes on Sunday. But it's that day when the Masters tournament finishes, so they will be definitely celebrating their 6 months of training that I'm sure they've all done and the last 3 days' efforts. I'd say 6 trainings instead of 6 months, but not just them. Every 30s men's team that we've had a yarn to are pretty excited about the evening ahead. But yes, well played there. Sorry for cutting you off there, Reese. Well played there from Seath. You've seen the Canterbury defender in the ruck. She could have easily have picked it up. It would have been the last touch. So just to get her team a fresh set, that's just that smarts, that experience.
5, 6, 8. John, on this defensive set here, you can see that the referee's really encouraging those players to move forward. Once they get out of the 7, do they have to remain out there?
Yeah, and they've got to keep going forward until the touch is imminent, unfortunately. So it's really tough, especially at this grade, I'm sure.
And then when the attacking players come into the 7, what's the rulings there?
The rule is they can't go back, but they don't need to go forward.
Okay. Yeah, and as you can see there, that's why I was asking just to watch the officials, and she's been really good there.
I think the teams are really compliant too, which is really good in this instance.
Yeah, seen a lot less penalties at this Nationals than the previous ones with regards to pushing forward. So it's great that since that rule changed on, teams have really cottoned on to it and realised they don't want to be giving away those fresh sets. Just a question I had, John. Are these referees who are getting these Masters finals, are they reffing tomorrow?
So they maybe do one game tomorrow to support the Opens referees where they need to. There's a lot of games and not enough referees. So, no, their tournament is not over. They've got to carry on, so no partying tonight.
Scudder in the middle with Seath. Quickie play. Looks outside. No dive. Nice defence there from Canterbury.
Yeah, Stephanie Johnson there, even though there's a little stutter step on her touching corner. Felt really comfortable getting back on side. So, here we go, North Harbour now. We'll be looking to put a play on. Looks like it's going to be a 32 short play yet with the wrap. Well defended by Canterbury as well. Good physical touch there. Yeah, well refereed. She looked like she was falling back as she played it. She didn't have a strong plant. And Stephanie, once again, Stephanie Johnson, primary defender with Shah Portimba there. Canterbury will want to complete this set. Looked like it was a little bit of stepping off the mark there. Yeah, well called here. Just as I was saying, Canterbury were looking to complete this set. As you see here, 1, 2, well refereed. This from the finals I've watched today, it's been a really, really good standard, and I hope, John, you can, if they don't watch this, can get the message back to the referees' tent that it's been very impressive from not only from a commentator's point of view, but also from a coaching point of view this week.
100%. Pressure's on for tomorrow.
Yes, I'm looking forward to. I hope I can slide in the back here and commentate that game. No doubt. Well, I've already had you this week, John, and
you're a good man.
Yeah, and I mean, you had to send someone from the field, and it still didn't help us. But It's always good, especially on the Masters. Great to get New Zealand's best referee. You know, there's literally no argument. Because even though you want to, and so there's some tough calls, it always balances out. And that's the great thing about this is Canterbury now really must complete this set because they need to get back into this game at 1-0. I know it's only one, but it's been a good 25 minutes now with just one try. So,
and I think that's the good thing for Canterbury, even though they haven't really had much attack, as you see them come down on the 5th. It's coming for a scoop, coming left-hand side, looking to draw and pass. Unfortunately, couldn't connection. Even though they haven't really, I guess, been that threatening, they're only one behind. And an intercept can catch you up. So, they want to be a little bit sharper, the Canterbury team, but they're only one behind. And for North Harbour, they've had a lot of the ball. And they've had a lot more chances than Canterbury on the attacking line and only be one up. Probably need to get across again just to make sure they make pay to the opportunities ahead. It's North Harbour on their last touch. Not really much happening in that set, so this is the chance for Canterbury, Reece.
Yep, and I'm just gazing across here now that we've got a little bit of fresh air coming through our tent. Looks like North Harbour's got 12 players. I'm just trying to count the girls over there that have got boots on, and the body position, we've got some cramp, we've got some stretching going on our hamstrings. Canterbury, one thing I do know is they've been working really, really hard over the summer, so if they can get one, I've got a funny feeling they'll go bang, bang for two. As they come down here, they're working down the field, there's 4. Yeah, here come the smart players. Anita Boyd should possibly look to split and get this ball back. Ooh,
nice defence there from Steve, two-way player, doing the mahi on the defence as well as being the dominant player on attack.
And look at this first receiver here, getting the ball, shifting it to the edge. Yeah, it's that was a great set by Canterbury. They'll be looking to press a little bit by defence, but as we know, this is the last game of a long 3 days for these ladies, and although your mind's telling you press forward, the body all of a sudden is going backwards, and here could be some of that field position you're talking about, Maya.
Yeah, I thought Tupuna, picked that one up. John, being the referee.
Oh, look, I'm going to say that they're a lot closer than we are, but certainly there could be an argument there.
I tell you what, these 2 seats must be made of wood because everyone who sits on them sits on the fence is getting splinters.
I'm the vice captain of the sitting on the fence team. I like to take the lead a wee bit and I'll sit on the fence all day, but Anita Boyd, she's been out. Oh, she's going to sub now. I was just going to say she's probably going to stay for this attacking set, but here go Canterbury now. They'll look to get live. They very rarely will they go from dummy half. Here's for the 3-2 platform. Old-fashioned Stormer play, the 32 long. Check back in. Mel Carson, she'll look to run this as you can see she's orchestrating here. Here comes the sweeper. She goes out of half. Little late cut. Yeah, good defence.
I can't believe we missed this name on the team sheet. Down the bottom of the North Harbour team sheet, the one and only Michael Savage. Not only did he play 5 games for this Nationals and in the Canterbury over 60s men's team that played in their final game today, he's also the coach of the North Harbour team. So it's no wonder, no surprise why the Harbour girls so well drilled. As we see them here, real good drive on this one from Rolleston. Pops it off to Seath, just looking to draw that defender. Goes short side, looking for the follow. Oh, great that's play. Much more enterprising play there is.
Yeah, definitely looking to scoop the short side and trying to get the defensive player into a poor position. And then the little wee follow there over top, but good defence not to give up Canterbury. And that's one thing these ladies won't do. Just back on Michael Savage, he's actually a little bit like Superman. I saw him over there in one of the changing rooms stripping off the Canterbury gear and back into a Harbour gear. So, but super coach, super player, super coach has got the 1-0 lead here.
I'm glad you finished that sentence, and I'm glad I'm not a visual thinker, but as we have Canterbury here, hot on attack. Anita Boyd with the ball, looks to the right. Oh, I thought we were going to draw it up, and the drop-off committee really would like to see that score being 1-1.
John, the assistant to the referees down here, always been active in terms of bringing down water and stuff like that. Do they have words of encouragement, or do they leave you to your thing?
No, what's really good is if you pick a really good water carrier, they can give you messages to the other referees. So if things aren't going right, we need to change things, we just pass the message, like open up to 7 metres, and that message gets passed on to create a nice cohesive game.
And with that, when the appointments are made do the 3 referees ask for a specific person?
Certainly in the finals that's what we would do, but we would normally have about 10, 20 people offering. They want to get the best seat in the house, and we get the pick of the best bunch, thankfully. But normally, I don't like change, so we normally keep the same group of referees or water carriers, which is great.
Yeah, cool. Anita Boyd there. Beautiful pre-touch profile here. North Harbour getting the 7. They've got the field position. They seem to be getting the rub of the green, as we would say, but Canterbury won't go away here. 1-0 is very, very fickle in this game. There goes number 14, Angela Pulini.
Sandy Hackett all over the field. She was on the left. She swept around to the right. She was in the first 2 touches. Not much happening here. Want to go to Sandy. She always has a great platform for her ball players to go to. See, 32 dump. Sandy picks up, stays short side, gets through, does she? Oh, not quite.
Yeah, I think Anita Boyd had a little bit of recognition of who was going to come on the ball there and made that she was very tight on defence. And now they'll look to go forward here. Canterbury need to complete the set and keep it nice and tidy. Fundamentals of the game come into play when you start to tie at the back end of the tournament.
Good set of defence here. Now Tupuna up nice and high. Glad to see that recovery from, as we see Nicole Pickard. That's the first sort of long ball we've seen today, really, from the centre of the field.
Yeah, Pickard, she's got the ability to throw the ball long too, so maybe they could look to set her a bit more of a platform. Be very rarely that you would see the long ball play in the senior grades. As North Harbour now are working the ball down the field, seeing them live outside the tent, they actually look quite fresh, some of these ladies. So this last 11 or so minutes is going to be very, very exciting. 8 minutes, sorry.
Yeah, I was just looking at the Canterbury sub box, and a lot of girls with their hands on their knees. Everyone's really putting it in. Last game, they've been training, I imagine, more than the 30 men's of 6 trainings. We've been training a long time, and they'll really want to make sure that all that training's worth it.
Yep, the 40 men's was 6 trainings, and my 30 men's was 6 players at training. But here goes Canterbury on the scoop now. Ooh, maybe one more step there, and the player might have been onside, but well played. One thing I have seen is, though, it's very, very even on both sides of the ball, so well officiated there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great game. We haven't talked about them other than in the intro, keeping the teams apart, but in saying that, a lot of good sportsmanship from both of these teams. They'll want to win, they're competitive, but they'll also do it the right way. Oh, nearly had them on the back foot there as Seath gets them going forward again for North Harbour. Robertson with the ball in her hand. Good combo here with Hackett on the field.
Yep, we talked about the being in Palmerston North and the grounds and 16 fields on this ground. John, you've probably run on more grass than anybody at this tournament. For the ground conditions, how are you finding it?
Yeah, very good. Sometimes on a touch field they normally chuck us out in some park that nobody uses, but this has been really good.
Yeah, awesome. And here go Canterbury now. They're going to need to probably put one on here. Here goes Mel Carson. She'll look to get it back. Little wee scoop on the inside. Yeah.
Neither team really seem to be able to penetrate through the defence and get in behind and then try and link up. Do they need to change the plays, Reece, into something that happens in front of their defence?
Yeah, we talked about it in a couple of finals ago. That I think they need to get live more. There's a lot of dummy half scoops and getting into the in goal, and no one's really been able to shake. So if you get live, at least you bring a dive into play.
Yep, and so for our viewers, by getting live, you mean?
I mean, you obviously can't score when you pick it up from dummy half. So once you give it to the next person, make that first pass, that one there, you then become the live player so you can score.
See, Tupuna. Nice step there from Polini.
Yep, and good shutdown defence.
First time really seen her on the ball in the second half, Polini. She was hit it a few times in the first half, definitely as a threat, but again, it's still only one touchdown in this race. So even though there's not too much threat behind the touchdown zone, Canterbury just need to piece it together once.
Yep, they really need to. Oh, there you go. A little bit of a piggyback maybe penalty there. Might have been a little bit of coaching towards a referee decision or not letting the ball. Yeah, not giving the ball up. That's great play. So I'll be interested to know if Anita Boyd's going to stay on the field here. She is critical to the side here at the moment. And Teresa McPherson as well. They've got a good lineup here. Here comes the sweeper. looking to fade across for a 32 platform for Teresa McPherson. Scoops the short side, looks for the little back flick on the in. Another late cut. This is classic Canterbury touch with the long ball. Teresa not played it.
Good call. Is that what you're saying, Reece?
Yeah, good call. But that's what more like the Canterbury style of play, so they'll be encouraged by that. Yeah, kind of looked like the ball was played out, but back the referees were a fair distance away, but I'd be pressing here on defence if I was Canterbury, trying to create a mistake with 5 minutes to go.
The best yards in this game by far. Sandy Hackett just seems to be able to lull the defender into thinking that she's going to initiate the touch and just gets him behind. So we see a little bit more energy into these next two, but sort of cornered themselves. Oh, that's why it was the last touch. So good field position here for Canterbury to start with.
Canterbury pegging back the field position battle here. Mel Carson will get a hand on the ball now. Nice fundamentals there, stepping to the side and playing the ball to Teresa McPherson, shifting it to Anita Boyd. Unfortunately, that was probably their strong attacking combo here. With McManus sweeping onto the ball here, the Latcher. And here comes Shah Portima. It's got to come from her. Here comes the scoop from dummy half down the short side with the late cut. It's a good set of 6. Unfortunately for Canterbury, they're probably only going to have 2 or 3 more cracks at this with 4 minutes to go. So, but one thing I can tell from outside our tent here is that the referees look full of energy, which is a great sign.
Sure. John, how many more games do you have left today, mate?
I got one more today, last round, unfortunately. So looking forward to that. So now's the downtime, just to catch the breath and get the legs working right.
And who's that game between?
I've got Waikato Open Men's versus Auckland, so it's going to be another hot one.
Biggest game today, I reckon. I seen that on the schedule last night. Just in terms of the results of the teams and where they're at the moment, huge game. I'll be definitely out there having a watch of that, John.
Yeah, I'll be out there as well, and I can tell you what, you're probably going to have 16 referees on each side too, giving you a little bit of a hand, knowing some of those boys, they all think they're black badges as well, as we all do.
Seath.
The little wee behind the back play there.
I've really been impressed with this Seath, like two-way player, doing the mahi at both ends, but just seems to be that sharp, that mentally, that IQ, that touch IQ, just trying new things, very skillful.
Yep, and here's Canterbury here. This needs to be another very good, as they check off. I was going to say it needs to be a good set of 6 here, and unfortunately it's gone down. So
that's twice you've done that, Reece.
I'll just keep calling it, because hopefully it's actually not me doing it, but I know you, even if you think something's going to happen, Mauri, it happens. So keep it nice and clean here, because we've got a good game here. Canterbury, I think if North Harbour get a try here, this could be Curtin's long ball over the top. Yes, and I think the smile says it all.
Forward pass, just reading the lips there of Sonia Wirihana. Unfortunately, I thought it was ball down, and I reckon that would have been a big nail in the coffin of this game, but Seath just gets on the outside. Thought the pass was backwards out of the hand. I've seen more forward passes than that haven't been called. But
that's a long ball, and I think the text message I sent to the sideline official there about wanting a drop-off has obviously gone through. But yeah, unfortunate that this game's made up of small moments, and I think that might be one of them, but we'll soon find out in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, Canterbury definitely need to take advantage of that, as Campbell in the middle here with the number 7, Sharp. Sort of look like they're ad-libbing here, Reece, rather than having some structure to what they're doing.
Yeah, unfortunately, with 20-minute halves back into the tournament, you really want the legs to be running and the mind to be working and the communication to be up. But it looks like these girls are cooked, and they're just doing their best just to hang on here a wee bit. It's still 1-0. Canterbury are going to have one bite of the cherry here to get this to my drop-off.
Harbour Hill just want to be really accurate. Get the ball down the other end and then have the defensive set of their tournament. Good pick from Rolleston as we go short side. Fifth. I think Rolleston might have thought that. Just picked up a bit of an injury there. Canterbury, this is the set, Reece.
This is it. For me, I'm not sure if they're on the field now, but Anita Boyd's got to get out there. Mel Carson's got to get out there. Shah Portima and Stephanie Johnson. Teresa McPherson. I'd be pulling my wingers off, and I'd have 6 out-and-out attackers, because it's do or die now as they're struggling to get over half. Here they come now. Boyd, Carson.
Penalty. This is what they wanted. I can feel it.
Here we go, lads.
I can feel it.
Going to get on my feet here, and I'm going to watch this live right in front of us, and here comes Boyd. she's the key person here. And like I said, they got Boyd out there, Mel Carson. They know each other like a left and right foot. Play the ball, Anita. Oh! Unlucky, Anita Boyd. It was the right play.
Just unfortunately took her eyes off the ball before she had it. She's seen the try line right in front of her. I think it would have been a touchdown, but great defence there from Harbour as we count down the last 15 seconds. So if they don't drop this ball, they'll definitely be able to take it through. And again, once again, Sandy just getting those extra 4 or 5 metres. No need to be too risky here. Wind down for the last 5 seconds for the last touch. You want to throw it well and truly over the sideline. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the end of our 40 Women's Masters final for the 2023 Bunnings Warehouse Nationals, and North Harbour take a well-earned 1-0 victory.
This Touch New Zealand event is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse.